Hello, fellow player of Blood on the Clocktower. I'm going to introduce you to the official Blood on the Clocktower app, at least as it stands in version 3.5, which is the current version at the time I'm making this recording, from the perspective of a player. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is go to online.bloodontheclocktower.com and you'll be presented with this screen. If you already have an account, that's great. You can use it now to log in. If you don't, click the register button and you'll be asked to provide an email address and then a password. And then you'll have to confirm that password. And you'll need to accept the terms of service, and then I'll leave it up to you whether you want to subscribe to the newsletter. Click register one more time, let it think for a moment, and the app's going to load up. Now, it's going to tell you you need a subscription in order to play. In our group, we have someone who already has a subscription, so you don't need to worry about that. All you do need to do from this point is to set up your mic and camera. So I'm going to click that and click start. Now it's having a nice think. Oh, there I am. Everything looks pretty good to me. And I'm just going to go back. All right. Camera and mic are set up. Let's join a game, shall we? Now in our group, the storyteller is going to paste in our Discord server a link to that game. What you could also do is click join game and provide a session number. You know what? Let's just do that. The session number is 86196. You can also just paste the link though. So I'll save that and let's watch as a game is being connected to. Voila! Once you arrive, you're going to need to claim a seat. This is up to you. It's a free choice. You can see some folks are already here. We have Zargo, we have Camilla, but you can choose any other seat that is unclaimed that has a little seat icon by it and says seat with a number. I'm going to claim here seat number 1. I'm going to give my name, Gray, hello. Click save, and here I am in the game. Great. You'll notice what just happened there. I mouse overed the center of the game board, the grimoire if you like, and you'll get to see the player count and a breakdown of the different categories of players that are supposed to be in this particular game for this particular player count. 10 players should have 7 townsfolk, 0 outsiders, 2 minions, 1 demon. Of course, there could be something on the script that manipulates that. This center space will not indicate whether or not something has been manipulated, of course. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send out some rolls randomly. Oh, yes, that looks pretty good. Let's see what character I got. Oh, no, I'm the imp. That was random. Just happened. It's okay. Being the imp is cool. Okay, I'm on the evil team this time. If you got a blue token, you're on the good team and you're trying to find me, the demon. Come kill me. If you got a red token and you're not the demon, then you're on my evil team. Let's go! A couple shortcuts for you. Your mic can be muted at any time if you go to the upper right-hand corner and click this mic icon. Like so. You can mute all the sound. Everybody's speaking with this voice chat speaker icon. And you can turn on and off your video with the camera icon. And we're back. Hit the C key to bring up the character sheet, which you can scroll down and see entirely. This is Trouble Brewing. Hit it again or click offside it to get rid of it. Hit the N key for the night order. Good. Let's get rid of that. Also, you can keep the characters shown to you at all times by clicking this little tab that says characters. It'll pull out a quick list of all the characters. You can click it again to get the full list with all the descriptions of their abilities. Click it one more time and it goes back. Let's say we're in the middle of a day and we want to do some chatting. You have a couple of options. Hit the space bar, which I just did, and you'll notice a few icons appear. First icon, let's do the one that's on my face right now. This will allow you to provide an announcement that's displayed on screen scrolling. So I'm going to click that. Announcement. Whatever you want, write it here, click save. Now beside my head, announcement is scrolling, or whatever it is that you typed. All right. Let's click space again. Let's get rid of that. Save an empty one. Let's say you wanted to chat with somebody else. I want to have a little chat with Camilla. Now in this particular game, I only have 3 players connected, myself and 2 fake players, Zargo and Camilla. Normally in a game you would have everybody connected, so you'd have chat options for everyone. In this case, because I only have my 2 neighbors, I can see this little ... chat icon on both of them. That's for doing a private text chat only with your neighbors. You won't be able to do that with anybody else in the game, but I'll show you what that looks like. I'll go click this. I'm going to write, "Hi Zargo," and save. Now in the bottom left corner, you'll see, "Hi Zargo, I sent that whisper to Zargo." Now over here, look at that. Zargo has received, "Hi Gray." I'm going to send a reply. Zargo now has replied to me with, "Hi Gray." That's only for a neighbor. Can't do that with anybody else. But we can also do a private voice chat. Let's do that. So you hit spacebar again, and then instead of clicking the ... speech bubble, click the double speech bubble that are empty. And now that initiates a chat request to Camilla. So I'm going to need to go find Camilla. There we are. Okay. Took it a moment, but here we are in a private chat. Can't see Camilla because Camilla doesn't really have a camera. Camilla's not real. Let's get away from me so you can actually see me here. You'll notice what I just did there. You can click on either side of the video and zoom in and out. When you zoom out, it allows you to interact with the grimoire. So I can go over to Camilla's icon here. If she's claimed to be the soldier, I can put that down. But you know what? I'm not too sure about her. So I'm going to give her, let's see, maybe a custom note. Evil? Question mark? All right. Now we can exit this chat by clicking this exit icon. There we go. Previously, when we were playing in Discord, the way we'd have a one-on-one private chat with someone is to verbally invite them to go to a chat room. That's not the way this particular version of the game is intended to be played, however, because we now have, through that spacebar method I mentioned earlier, the ability to directly invite someone into a private chat. That's how you're going to have most of your one-on-one chats. However, if you want to have a group chat of 3 or more players, then you can use the private chat rooms to the left here, Monastery through Laboratory. To do that, you just click the name of the room you want to join. Let's go to the Monastery. Zargo and Camilla, meet me there. Let me go grab Zargo and Camilla. Here they come. Nice. Zargo and Camilla, how are you? Let's say that Zargo in this chat, like Camilla before, decides to claim something. So you can just click on their token. It'll display a list of possibilities. Maybe Zargo claimed to be the chef. So I'm going to mark Zargo as the chef, but do I trust that? I don't know. Maybe depending on what Zargo really said with that. Same as the one-on-one chats, you can click on video or the empty box to zoom in and zoom out, interact with the game board. And you can also just exit in the same way by clicking this exit token. But before we do that, let's say that the day has come to a close. We're about to enter dusk to go into a nomination phase, and the storyteller wants us to come back. Previously in Discord, the storyteller could just yank us back forcibly and rudely, and nobody liked that. Well, that's not the way it works in the real life version of this game, and it's not the way it works in this particular app. Instead, the storyteller clicks a button or hits a key, the R key, and a gong is sounded, and we get a little visual indicator asking us to come back to town square. Storyteller has no power to pull us in directly, but can hit that key over and over again until we become annoyed enough to come back to town, or just polite enough to come back to town. So let's do that, everybody. Back to town! Back to town we are. Let's do a little bit of voting, shall we? Gray nominates Camilla! Totally didn't trust Camilla's claim of soldier. Please kill her. This process works as you would expect. I've nominated. Camilla provides a defense. I'm not evil. It's okay. Don't kill me. And then we run the vote. Here it comes. I'm totally voting on this, so I'm putting my hand up. Let's say... Oh, Camilla decided she wanted to go ahead and give me a little bit of pity vote. That's fine. Majority is 5. We didn't get it. Oh well. Let's end that nomination. Eventually we're going to have someone die. And the way that looks, let's say Camilla was actually executed. Then we go into the night phase. Good night. In the night phase, all cameras are turned off, but all audio remains on. So you can publicly discuss anything you like verbally through your mic, and everyone will hear it. And you will hear what everyone else is discussing. So just be aware of that, because eventually the storyteller might invite you for a little chat, like the storyteller is going to do to me right now. Storyteller requested something. Oh, yes, indeed. I see that over here to the left. I'm going to accept. In we go. Hello, storyteller. I'd like to kill Zargo. And the storyteller says, okay, and we get out of here. Now, the storyteller just left, but I'm stuck in this chat room. I have to also voluntarily exit, so I'm going to do that now. That's not the only way the storyteller could send me some information, though. Let's go ahead and simulate that too. The storyteller goes through a series of menus to ask me to do what I want. In this case, because I'm the imp, the storyteller is going to say to me, make a choice. So I've just received this information silently through the interface, and because my imp power has me pick a player to kill, I'm going to say, okay, I'll pick a player, and then I'm going to pick the token in town square. I want to kill Zargo, so I'm clicking Zargo, and then I can send that over to the storyteller. And then the storyteller receives it. Great. There are other scenarios under which you might need to answer a question differently. Let's do one. How about these are your minions? It's unfortunate, but Zargo actually is one of my minions. Okay. So now, incoming information I just received. These are your minions, seat 3 and Zargo. And in this case, I need to acknowledge that I've received that by clicking yes. And then send. And now the storyteller knows I've gotten that critical information. While you're at night, you can also send text messages to your neighbors by clicking spacebar and then clicking the ... speech bubble for either neighbor. You can also do the scrolling announcement above your head. And there's not much else to discuss other than waking up. Good morning, everyone. All right, that covers, in broad strokes, the official Blood on the Clocktower app from the player perspective. Now I think all I should do is tell you how to leave, because it's time to say goodbye. For that, you can open up the gear icon, go to the Playing tab, click Leave Session, or you could just completely log out of the app by going to the App tab and clicking Log Out. Bye! I'm back! And it's because I nearly forgot something. Let's quickly talk about the settings menu in this gear icon in the upper right corner of your interface. I'm going to open that up, go to the App tab, click Settings. Now in particular, I want to point out this is where you do a little more fine-tuned configuration of your microphone and your camera if necessary. It could be that when you set up your account, you click Set Up Microphone and Camera, everything's been working fine, in which case, no big deal. But if you need to, you can switch to a different microphone device. Same thing with your camera. If you happen to have multiple cameras, you can switch to that. You can also kind of permanently disable your microphone or your camera device by clicking these buttons. Let's say you never want to use the camera, you can also just disable it right here. And I also want to do a little test. So I'm going to exit this menu for a second, and I'm going to reload the browser to force it to reconnect. That's what's happening now. I've reconnected. Oh, good. Looks like everything's okay. Sometimes you might find that your microphone or your camera or both don't reconnect properly. And if that happens, you can go back into the gear icon, the app tab, the settings menu, and then typically all you need to do is toggle the microphone or the camera. So like click this button for the camera to be turned on or off, vice versa. Make sure it comes back on. Same thing with the microphone. And make sure that comes back on. Usually that'll get you out of some sticky situations. Sometimes we've also seen where someone appears in a game and they just can't hear anybody, but their microphone is working fine. And in that case, you can also work on toggling the speaker up here, muting all voice chat, or bringing it back. And if that doesn't work, you can just quit out completely and log back in, and often that will fix the problem. All right, I think that covers the last little addendum. Have a great day, and die in blood on the Clocktower!